Standard Time, happy noon. It's lunchtime. If you are on the West Coast, you are just starting your day. Hopefully you still have some coffee in your coffee cup. Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to be chatting about the Wheat Stitch Crochet Along Beanie, which I'm super excited for. I think I am feeding off everyone's energy because the amount of people in the community group that have been so excited for this. Oh no, my camera is doing the dumb thing. Stupid camera. Sorry about that. I'm going to change this view. There we go. Everyone's super excited about this, which means I'm super excited about the Wheat Stitch Crochet Along. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about my community group, which is where this crochet along is happening. I swear this is the best community group ever. So kind, so inclusive, so amazing. But right now, pumpkins have taken over that group. So much so, I have been extremely jealous of all the pumpkins being made. So many different colors. If you're not in the Briana K Community group on Facebook, you've got to join. It's so much fun. So I was finishing these up a little bit. I still have a little bit more to do, but I've been inspired to make even more pumpkins, which I decided to go with the Mary Maxim Prism and make them super colorful. I've got to finish this top one, throw a cinnamon stick in it. But yeah, I'm inspired by that group. I'm inspired by all the Wheat Stitch pumpkins. I wanted to make another set myself. It's so much fun. If you haven't made those pumpkins, they are super fun to jump in on. And they also use that Wheat Stitch. Now, on the pumpkins, the Wheat Stitch is done in rows. The crochet along that is kicking off officially next week, but early access starts today, is done in the round, which is super exciting. And I have a lot more things coming in the future that are done in the round. So here's some information for the crochet along. If you're just joining me, there's that QR code you can hit to see more information about what I'm talking about today. But I'm going to show you, it's these cute little hats. So this is what we're going to be creating together, which means there's obviously a video tutorial. We're going to have community support. We're going to work through all these hats. There are 8 different sizes. We're going to go through each color here in a minute. This is what we're talking about today. So today is the early access launch. We had originally planned on not doing this until like a week or 2 from now because I thought maybe this is a little bit too early for hat season. But you all told me no, you want it now. So we bumped it up. We worked hard over the weekend to make sure this crochet along was ready to launch. And we are doing early access launch today with this hat pattern hitting the blog 1 week from today on September 4th. So you can either get it early access with the paid PDF on Etsy today or Ravelry, or you can wait until next week and grab your supplies, which that link, if you want to grab the supplies, go to that link. I'm also going to pop up here this one, this QR code you're definitely going to want because this is 20% off everything you purchase from Hirschner's. So let's talk yarn. Soho Playful. This is what has been all the rave. I did a sneak peek in the community group for this yarn and y'all went crazy. It was on a free shipping day and it went wild. I cannot believe 2 of them are already out of stock. So if you want some, go grab it. I have been reassured the stock will be coming back this fall. But for right now, if you want to get and the colors you really like, go grab this yarn now. This is paired with Worsted Supreme. I like it. I really like how these two pair together. I'm also making a solid currently because I can't help myself. I see other people do. In testing, Courtney did one in a solid. And so I was like, well, now I want one in a solid. So I'm doing one in a pink. And I've paired these two together for any size of hat, which there are 8 sizes. It only takes 1 ball of each. So let's dive right in and talk about the colors. So this is the newborn size. All of them are done with the Worsted Supreme yarn. Link right up here. Use code Briana20 for 20% off anything in your cart. So throw in lots of things. Throw in extras because I may have mittens coming in this. So, and a poncho in the future. Definitely throw in some extras. But this color, if you're wondering, is the Lullaby. This is for this one. This is like this really pretty rainbow. I just want to note you can always cut colors wherever you want. So with this one, because I wanted to get more colors, I believe between these 2 colors, I cut a bit of the yarn and skipped the next color to get some of that color, more color in a tiny newborn hat. You're naturally going to get more color in the largest size because I'm going to show you the difference in the largest size. This I did not cut any yarn, and that's how the color work flowed. And this one I didn't think I was going to like, and I love it. Like sometimes you see them like this and you're like, I don't know. And then you see them like this and you're like, yes, absolutely. Thank you. This is the strawberry patch. So this is the strawberry patch. Then we have I believe this is one of the ones that's sold out right now, but this is iced out. Notice mine didn't have any yellow in here. because I didn't cut any of the colors. I just went with what was happening. So I ended up with basically blue. If you want some of the yellow, you can kind of color plan that by cutting certain sections of the yarn, and then you just keep on going. And then we have this one is the Rainbow Sherbet. This one also stunning. Did not cut any of the yarn. This is just how it went. Super fun. And then we've got this one, which I wasn't sure on this one. This was another one that I saw this and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like a hat like that. And then I love it. Absolutely love it. This one is the Cherry Pie. So good name for that one. Cherry Pie. And then we've got this one. I think, if I'm guessing right, this is the other one that is sold out right now, but will be coming back. This is the Purple Paradise. Lovely shades of purple going on there. And then let's see, we got two more. I thought we only had one. We had two more. The cool thing is they did 8 hats, and Hirschner sells 8 different colorways. This is the Sugar Plum. So we got purples and pinks and a little bit of peach in there. Dig that. And then this is Borealis. I know that because a poncho is coming in this. I have the yarn here, and this one is, this is Borealis. This one, I will say, might sell out. So I will probably, just a heads up, I'll probably be waiting to release that poncho until after this is back in stock again, because I don't want anyone to be frustrated about a lot of the colors selling out. And I do predict more colors will sell out. That's just the way it goes when we do fun crochet alongs before it restocks. So I'm going to hold off on doing a larger product until the restock, which they are really restocking for us. So I'm excited about that. Y'all showed them just how much they need to stock the day I posted the sneak peek of this. And we sold out 2 of the colors, and a lot of the stock went down drastically that day. So bear with me. They're going to get it back in stock. There's still plenty of the other colors. Go grab them. Only a couple are sitting at low right now, but I do predict it to sell out. So this is Briana K 20. So use that, or Briana 20 on Hirschner's to get the 20% off anything, because you'll need to pair it with the Hirschner Supreme, which I really like. And feel free to use a different color with different colors. And if you don't want to buy yarn, you can use your yarn stash. This is a fun one for that. I was actually talking with a friend about this the other day, that you could go to your yarn stash, find a main color, because it's not going to use a whole ball, and then go to your scrap yarn. And for each round, use a different one of your scraps. So that's why I love smaller projects like this and hat projects, is that it's like endless possibilities and colors. And I know everyone's going to start posting their hats in the community group, which I'm super excited for. And then I'm going to want to make even more hats. I don't know why. I will just want to. I already have way too many hats for Florida, but I don't care. I need to start traveling somewhere fun so I can wear more of these hats. This is the early access QR code. Sometimes you have to take a screenshot to like get it to work. But this is the pattern on Etsy right now. If you want to start today and you want the pattern today, we're doing early access on Etsy and Ravelry. And then the free pattern will hit the blog 1 week from today on September 4th. I will be going live again. And we also have some information on my blog about the supplies. If you want to like get your yarn ordered or anything else that I use in the pattern, I have the pom-poms in there. And I also want to talk about what else comes with this early access. So if you haven't noticed, we kind of announced it in an email, but I took some time to do a little makeover on the blog. Nothing drastic, but some incredible new tools. One of them is you can sort my patterns now. We have a pattern library, and you can go to that library. You can select whatever weight yarn you're working with, and it will show you all the patterns I have in that weight of yarn. It also does it by topic. So if you're looking for all the hats I've ever done, that is on there. It's a great way to sort it. And with that, though, we have a new crafters library. It's a free crafters library. You just have to enter your email and you get that password. This is for active email subscribers. So that password will change every once in a while. You'll want to stay active on the email list to continue to have access to those freebies in there. There's quite a few, and we just added another one, and that is these printable hat tags. So this blank one is already on the blog. If you want to go sign up, get that password, get access, and go print these. This is for you to write whatever you want on there. It's great for markets. You can use it as a price tag. You can write a nice little gift when you're giving it to someone. And if you purchase the ad-free early access PDF, it also comes with, I've got some cut out here, but it comes with pre-designed ones with cute little like sayings and labels for gifting or for markets, and like a to and a from as you fold it. So this is how it looks. We'll talk about this yarn in just a second, because I know everyone really wants to know what yarn this was. So this on the outside says warm head, happy heart. It's a cute way to gift. And then if you flip to the inside, it says to and from. So this specific one comes with the ad-free PDF that you can print, cut out, and attach. They're really easy to attach. I just did it with string. So you don't need any special brads or tools, just a hole punch to punch it, fold it, tie it down with strings. It's not going to hurt your fabric. And then you can just simply untie to remove. So it's the perfect gift tag. And as well as if you sell at markets, I think this is a great price tag. This is a fun one. So this also comes, these pre-designed ones come with the early access. Now the yarn. So everyone's asking about yarn. I posted a sneak peek of this hat in the community group, and I apologize. I did not think to, I would just, sometimes I forget that I'm a designer, and that is okay. And I did not think to include the link to the yarn when I posted it, which I know was super rude. I came back and I posted it later, but it was one of those things where I was just having so much fun making it. I snapped a photo of it on my desk, and then I went on with my merry day and came back later, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I did not post that. This is Malibrigo. So Malibrigo is one of my cherished favorites because of the colorways. I'm going to be making another one to match something else coming soon. And this is the Rios in the, I think it's Arco Iris. This one's going to be super pretty. I want to do another one because I want this to match something else that will be coming in the coming weeks when I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit cooler. But this is the worsted weight for the hats. I'm going to be making something else in the future in the Arco Iris in the DK weight, which is stunning to work with. No matter what color you go with Malibrigo, you really cannot go wrong. It's a great dyed yarn. Wool, merino wool, gorgeous to wear. So this is more for yourself. I'm not going to lie. This is more for yourself, or this is for someone you really, really love who would really, really appreciate a wool hat, or maybe they're, so for people that are allergic to wool, you can go with an acrylic. But if you have a really bougie friend, this is definitely the yarn to go with. And it's really fun to work up. It's fun to play with. It's fun to see the color changes. It rocks. So I'm just going to recap. I wrote myself some notes here. We are doing the crochet along. I'm going to change to this. This is the crochet along info. If you want to click there, it has the links for the yarn and the accessories, the pom-poms, all the information you need if you want to sign up for the newsletter to make sure that you are in on this crochet along. And it has a link to join the Briana K Community, which is where we're going to ask you to come post photos. But you can also post photos online and tag me. Please share your finished projects, your yarn choices, your in-progress pics all over. It's really fun to see what everyone's doing. And this kicks off today as early access and will keep on going. Next week, it hits the blog on September 4th. So if you want to wait and do it off the blog for free, that's perfectly fine. My blog has some ads. It'll have a grow locked content. You just sign up and you're good to go. The hat will be on there in all 8 sizes next week. And then 20% off. Use the code Briana20 on Hirschner's for 20% off any yarn you pick, and good luck picking colors. That's all I'm going to say. The good thing is this yarn, the price of it is incredibly amazing. This is why I own so much of this yarn now, and it's super squishy and super soft. I actually fell in love with this yarn when I was in the Hirschner's warehouse. Took a trip up there. They were showing me how they do their bins. One bin went by with this in it, and I grabbed it out. Whoever's yarn that was, I promise I put it back. It still came to your house. But I pulled it out of one of the bins that was ready to go. And I was like, whoever picked this yarn, they're amazing. And what is this? And I want more of it. And yeah, I did not leave Hirschner's without some. And then I came home and I ordered even more because I fall in love with the colorways. So this, and then come on in the community group at any point, post, ask questions. This has, of course, a full video tutorial over on YouTube to walk you through each important step. This is a bottom up hat, which is different from the one I released last year that was like a side to side. Really, really fun to make. It is more fitted, so it's going to decrease at the top and be more like a beanie that isn't like the one last year is more of one that kind of scrunches and has extra room, a little bit more slouchy. This one's a little bit more fitted, and I include some things in the pattern for adjustments. So please come join us. Come join the crochet along. It's going to be super fun. But I want to also switch gears today because I have a special guest. So we're going to kind of move a little bit away from the crochet along. If you have any more questions, please be sure to come on over to the community group. Yes. Oh, I love this. So I just realized how many comments there were. My apologies. I love that Chris, I love that you found the Crafters Library. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, it's really fun. Oh, pom-pom. I bought the pom-pom, the links for the pom-poms. I bought it like there's like an entire set of these. I just bought like quite a few of them come in it. It's the link for this is in the supplies in the pattern, and it's also linked in the info on this crochet along. So yes, I'm making sure I don't have any other comments that, oh, so you didn't realize I did live. So I sometimes do lives. I have to say I have an idea I'm going to go live more, and then I don't, because I feel like I just sit here and ramble to myself, and I think no one wants to listen to me ramble, but that's okay. Plus I have a guest coming in because she's amazing, and then I don't have to feel like I'm rambling to myself. So yeah, lots and lots of, thank you so much, Chris. You are amazing. So many comments here. Yes, waiting on your yarn. Good luck. It's hard to wait. I get the feeling. So we're going to talk today with a special friend of mine. This is the cool thing about friends you get to meet in person. I have met Michelle Tell of Knots in person a couple times now. We talk regularly because we have so much fun, and we love talking yarn. We love talking shaping and sizing because she's a genius. So I'm going to go ahead and find that button and welcome Michelle from Tells of Knots. So excited to have you here today.
Hello, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm pretty bougie and you love me, right? So you can send me that
hat. Yes, you are true. And you would wear it a lot more than I would because you are definitely in much colder weather.
Yes, I wrote down five of those colors because I was like, oh, I love that color, and I love that color, and I love that color, because like
so many fun colors. Your girls would look so cute in them too.
They would.
Oh my gosh.
Also, my winter coats are really dark. Like when you have a winter coat that doesn't really show your style, hats are where you get to like use all the colors. I mean, not you, because you don't wear winter coats.
Yeah, I don't wear that
really very much. But I love making hats in big, bold colors because nobody can see what you're wearing under your winter coat when it's like 6 foot of snow outside. So
you are not wrong. I do remember that. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the snow, so I do remember it. But yes, I still do. Ask Hannah and Michelle. January, February, when they tend to come to Florida, I'm in a hat. They're like in tank tops. They're wearing this, and I've got like 2 sweaters on and a hat because I think it's freezing.
February.
So we each live in different climates, so it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to tell everyone a little bit more about you and I, kind of like our history together for years now. And where you are now. So I'm just going to throw out that Michelle no longer tech edits, however, was one of the best tech edit people in the industry. So Michelle worked on a project of mine a couple years ago with Wheat Crochet, but I knew her before that. And the second I saw that she was the tech editor on my patterns, I was like, yes, I am so happy about this. My patterns are going to be so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you are incredibly knowledgeable in this industry, like insanely knowledgeable. I'm going to throw up a link here. There, we just changed it. So this is what you're going to want to check out today. I have been encouraging Michelle to do this for a little over a year because
I think it's longer than that, but yeah,
probably longer. Because every time I would talk to Michelle or I would be troubleshooting something, the amount of knowledge you have when it comes to body shaping, like for anybody, it's mind-blowing. I'm using some of the techniques I've learned from you in the past and in upcoming patterns to always improve my skills as a designer so that I can, do the best I can for every design to meet every shape and size of body. Because as you know, Craft Yarn Council, you want to talk about those measurements?
Craft Yarn Council. Well, yeah, so that's basically why a lot of people have fit issues, because, like designers can do their best to write a pattern to those measurements, but ultimately if you don't match those measurements, it's going to fit you sort of, because crochet stretches and it drapes beautifully, but there's going to be a few little tweaks that are just like, well, it doesn't quite fit, but I don't really understand why. And generally speaking, it's that Craft Yarn Council, or whatever size chart you use, they all seem to have like the same problem. When they're based on averages, they don't really match anybody's measurements, and they're making a lot of assumptions. I mean, like, I think we can all agree my height has nothing to do with my chest circumference, but yet it's a measurement in Craft Yarn Council, like what my neck to my waist is, but I don't match that because I don't match the height. But if I don't know what height Craft Yarn Council thinks I am, how do I know where I'm going to need to adjust a pattern? So yeah, there's a lot of problems with size charts, but it doesn't make any of the size charts wrong. You just need to know like how they're determining their sizes, so then that you can use that to see where you're different and then what you need to change to make a garment look handmade, not homemade. Yes.
Right. And it was like a couple years ago, Michelle, Hannah, and I were talking about this on a live, and I put it to like a real world context. And here's what it is. Like, as designers, we're going to do our best to give you every tool possible to love. We want you to love the garment you make. But even if you went to your local, I don't know, Kohl's or Macy's, and you're like, today I'm going to buy a pair of jeans. I say this one because it gives me anxiety, even just saying it. And you could take 10 pairs of jeans into the dressing room with you, and you might walk out with one if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Because like things are just always going to fit differently. And no matter what a designer does, no matter how good a designer gets, ultimately it really depends on you knowing your shape, measurement, size, and how to make those adjustments for your body. Because no sizing in any brand across any country is perfect. Because sometimes we've also seen where I'm like, okay, I think I'm a size, 9 or whatever. And then somewhere else it's like, oh, actually I'm a size 6. But then over here I'm like a size 10. So it's not about like the numbers on something all the time when it comes to like extra small.
They're all different.
They're all different. You have to go by measurements more than just being like, well, I'm always a size medium, so I'm going to make a size medium. Whoa, hold on there.
Yeah.
Not always
that
true,
doesn't
right?
always work.
No.
In fact, that very rarely works. Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, I want to face a little bit of the elephant in the room when it comes to designers designing the way I designed in the past, the way I will continue to design in the future. And that is, so what's wrong with basic, what some designers call boxy designs?
Nothing. There is absolutely nothing wrong with boxy designs. And it fits plenty of people. And like we said, crochet has great drape, it has great stretch. And so it will kind of mold to your body. And in fact, it's actually the best garment to start using if you want to add a few shaping tweaks in it. There's nothing wrong with boxy designs. I like boxy designs. But if you're not the body shape that sort of naturally fits into that, then you might find that in some places it's just not going to fit you properly. And then you're going to end up with it riding up. You might end up with extra fabric. So it's all about, does it sit comfortably on your body, and how you can just make little tweaks to make it sit better so that it still looks like a boxy design. It still looks like that lovely basic item wardrobe staple that you want, but it moves with you and it's comfortable to wear, and you're not adjusting it because it's riding up at the front, and it just makes it easy to wear as well as easy to make.
Right. And I love that because it's not, I've seen before where we've had designers say like, oh, that's wrong. It's not good enough. But especially for a beginner, those are the best designs to understand how to make your first garment, is to go by something.
Yeah. They're the best ones, like I said, to practice shaping on so that you can make just a few little adjustments. If you just want to add a bit of way shaping so that it knows where you want to move and where you want to bend. Because if you don't, it might just be that the whole thing moves with you every time you move. Or it might be that, when you make something that is your chest circumference, the sleeves might be really long and you might end up with this. Does anybody else get this fold over of fabric when you have a larger bust? You just need to take that out. But when you're crocheting, you can't take it out after the fact like you can in sewing. You need to kind of plan for it beforehand so that you make it to fit in all the right places so that you get the design you want.
Yes. And then when it comes to like gauge, the thing all designers are always like screaming about, get gauge. But when it comes to gauge, what does that have to do with design and fit?
I mean, gauge is a piece of the puzzle. It is the foundation, but like there are so many resources on gauge. Briana, you have loads of resources on gauge. I do have a handbook in the Perfect Fit Framework course that we're talking about that tells you all about gauge. But you guys already know about gauge. You know that you need to have great tension and great gauge to get a great fit. This is going deeper. We're assuming that you are matching gauge and you're still having these fit issues, and that's based on the size charts measurements. So I'm not saying gauge isn't important. Gauge is absolutely important, but we're going deeper than that.
Yes. So this is the thing about this course, which I just want to mention. It is on a pre-sale. It's normally $222. It is 75% off until it launches, right? Am I correct in that?
So it's 75% off while the course content is being released 1 week at a time. Once it's all up and live and you have instant access, lifetime access. After that, then the pre-sale period will be over. Yeah.
So you're going to want to get this now and follow along. I will tell you, it is like, it will change your skill level. It will change your skill level. Like, I have been lucky that Michelle and I have been at a Disney hotel together talking about this. Literally, we just sat and talked about this in the hotel forever. I felt like I should have been like paying for a one-on-one consult, the deep conversations we got into that just really changed how I will take those skills and those tools forward. But this course is like everything I've asked you for. This course is everything I've been asking you for not only designers, but mainly for crocheters to understand. Like, if you've been making garments and you're still really not happy with anything that's turned out, this is what you need. However, I just want to also say, and I'm going to ask you this, do you have to be really good at math for this course?
No. And if that like petrifies you thinking, oh my gosh, there's going to be Excel spreadsheets and there's going to be formulas and calculations, like, don't worry, it's not. This course is designed to be just a few simple things that you need to change. And I show you how to do it. I show you how to calculate it. I show you where to measure. It's as easy as I can possibly make it to just sort of make you understand just the small things you need to change. So no, you do not need to be a maths whiz. I am not a maths whiz in any shape or form. But yeah, it's just about understanding where to make the small calculations, not big things. We're not rewriting the pattern. We're not redesigning it. Right. You don't have to be an advanced crocheter. This is like perfect for beginners who have just started making garments and going, this doesn't quite fit. Why does it not quite fit? This is what you need. This is going to make the difference. The missing link in the chain, so to speak.
Yeah, and learning these foundations, whether you're starting out or you've been crocheting for a long time, it will make the reward, I guess, at the end, it'll motivate you to make more garments because you'll be happy with what you made. You spent so many hours. Like a garment's not a hat. It is a time commitment. And so we want that to come out the best it possibly can. And your course, like, so for my patterns, I include as much as I can, modifications, adjustments, suggestions for sizing. I'm trying to do the best I can so that when someone makes this, they get the best fit they can. But how does this course differ from what the designer might include when it comes to adjustments in their own pattern?
Okay, so that's a great question because modifications and customizations are slightly different. It's almost like they're two sides of the same coin, or they're half of the equation. So modifications are kind of like how to make the adjustments, and then customizations are how to use those adjustments to make it fit you. So like, you other designers are great out there who include modifications. That's perfect. That is like, you're halfway there already. You know, designers can say, if you need to add width to the bust, this is what you do. If you need to add length to the bust, this is what you do. If you need to add waist shaping, if you need to add, what they can't tell you is what your body shape is, and therefore which ones you need to apply to make it fit you. Okay, so this is bridging that gap. You know what the measurements are. You need to understand the size charts. You need to understand your body measurements and proportions of where you get to. And then if the modifications are already done for you by the designer, perfect. You know how to get from one to the other. So that's what it is. It's building on designers who already include that in their patterns. If they don't, I do have part of a module that goes over how to do that. But using the designer's modifications are the easiest because they know the stitch pattern. They've been swatching. They've been experimenting with it. They can tell you how best to change their pattern. And then the framework basically tells you how to use those changes to get the best fit for you.
Right. I think even for me, when you and I were talking, because we are very different chest sizes, I think that's the most, like, especially for a lot of the patterns I do that are for women, that's, I think, I don't know if you would agree, where a lot of the not fitting right comes in. Yeah. And you and I are on the opposite end of the spectrum. So it's really lovely to have that conversation so I can understand why, how, what needs to be done. Yeah. But in the end, it does come to knowing, and I know your course covers this, knowing like, well, what are the modifications I do need? Like, how do I know, like, what am I supposed to do for that situation?
Yeah, sorry, I have my 3 elementary age kids at home and there is a lot of bagging going on. So
I don't even hear it, but that's right. I mean, my dogs will probably bark in any second at a bear or something.
Going, what was that noise? But yeah, sorry. Oh, have
There
you
you go.
frozen? No, there you go.
There.
I'm back.
Okay, good. All right. So anyway, it's like, so talking about knowing, like knowing your body and your measurements and like what we would need. I think the one that stands out to me, which I like, and here's the thing. This is why everyone I love Michelle's, because I'd be like, oh, have I been doing that wrong? And she's like, no,
No.
no, you have not been doing that wrong. But here's maybe something moving forward to do it a little bit better. And I'm always striving to do better. And the thing that stood out to me, especially, is when you're looking at sizing, it's like, you know, what the designers taught and like Craft Yarn Council and everything else is like, oh, just measure your bust and that's what you're going to do. Like, just measure your bust and that's all you need to worry about. However, like, how are we measuring our bust? That's different for everyone. We don't always want to go by the widest part.
Yeah. Well, also, it might not be the widest part. You might have a larger stomach, you might have wider shoulders, but also, like, yes, Craft Yarn Council tells you to measure your bust, but a lot of people don't think about the fact that Craft Yarn Council is assuming you're a particular bra size.
Right.
And if you don't know what bra size it's assuming that you are, then like maybe measuring the bust is not really going to get you the best fit. So it's all about knowing those invisible assumptions that have already been put into a pattern that, I mean, before I did like loads of deep diving on this, I didn't know either. You know, as designers, we don't know the assumptions that the Craft Yarn Council is making. And so I want to basically pass that knowledge on without having you guys do years of research into it the same way I did. So I want to make sure that everybody knows, like, it's not necessarily the best measurement to use. And therefore, like, for different patterns, you might want to use different measurements. Sometimes it's more about your proportions. And I have some fun exercises where you get to measure your proportions, because that's something that not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
I mean, it can really, really change it. Like, I'm short. I know I'm short. I'm 5 foot. And so before this, I probably would have just made everything shorter. But where am I short in my proportions? Because if I'm short from my shoulders to my bust, then taking up a garment or taking up pants, that actually doesn't fix the issue. And I need to raise it. That's what makes the difference between fitting and not fitting. So knowing your proportions is actually possibly almost more important than knowing your measurements when it comes to fit.
Yeah. And I love that your course comes with, there's a checkout you can add to your cart, some gorgeous designs. I immediately bought one of these designs. It's perfect because I love studying it to see like what you did. It just looks so good and it would fit any body. And that's what I love about it. I love everything that you have in your head. Like you said, I don't need to go deep dive into all this research because I have you as a resource. And so does everyone else now. I felt like I had been like, I had this secret weapon in the background all the time where I had someone to consult. And every single time I'd be like, everyone needs to know this. Michelle, you have to do a course. I need everyone to understand these concepts and to know this. Because I also understand in this industry that there's a lot of people that would look at me and say, that's not my body type. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yep, you are correct. I am not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on all body types. I cannot do that. However, I can educate myself. I can learn how to understand different concepts when it comes to design through this course, this Tales of Knot course. Click that link, check it out. Get it now while it's on an amazing sale. You will not regret it. If garments scare you, this is also a great place to start so that you know as you get into your garments, like you're going to come out with a great fit. And that's what we all want. You're going to spend the time on it. You want it to look amazing. You want to wear your crochet out. You want to wear your crochet everywhere. I love when someone asks me, like I was at Torchy's Tacos the other day. I think I messaged you, Michelle. I was like, oh my gosh, someone just said they loved my cardigan.
I made it. Thanks.
It's like, I made this. And then Michelle's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, right now you got to know. Cause like, it was so exciting that someone would just like, was like, oh my gosh, I love that. She was so nice. And then she was like, no way. And that's what you want. You just want that. Like, yeah, you would have to make this. It's a one of a kind. You cannot buy this anywhere. It looks great on me. I love the way I feel in it. I love the way I look in it. And that's what I know both you and I want everyone to come away with when they decide to make a wearable. Like that's
Yeah, there is nothing worse than spending hours and time and effort and yarn supplies and having it at the back of your wardrobe at the end, because you put it on, you're like, oh, I don't love it. There's nothing wrong, but I don't love it. And so we want you to love the things that you make, the things that you are spending your time on.
We do.
Loving it, being really proud to wear it. That's the idea.
This covered you up a little bit, but I want you to read this.
So yes, parts of the modules, in fact, the first module is all about fit foundations, and we really deep dive into your body measurements, your body proportions, and the size charts that we're using. So that is absolutely applicable to knitted garments as well. And then when we're talking about how to adjust, crochet and knitting kind of behave the same way in terms of the fabric. So there will be things that you can apply to it. It will be slightly different because, knitted stitches work slightly differently to crochet stitches, but there's definitely things that will be communal to crochet and knitting as well.
Yeah. So grab it, get that QR code because I'm about to take it down. I'm going to also throw it into the links. I'm going to be posting about it, sending it out in an email. Also follow Tales of Knots. She's got all that information on all of her platforms as well.
Yes.
Yes. So, one more thing I want to talk about today while Michelle's here. So this is the early access to what I'm doing right now in the crochet community group. We're doing these fun Wheat Stitch Beanie hats as a crochet along. It's super fun. And here's what I know about this hat. It's already really popular. And what happens a lot of times is the more popular designs get, the more they are susceptible to theft and dupes.
Yeah.
And y'all know I talk to Michelle and Hannah like on the daily. We've talked about it a lot over the weeks. We've been constantly communicating with each other, like, oh, here's another site. We have heard some awful stories in the last week of sites that have popped up. They're using our images, they're using our designs, but you're not actually getting the design.
And having to pay a fortune. You're getting scammed out of like thousands of dollars from PayPal or something because it's not a reputable seller.
Yes, we've heard of some pretty aggressive credit card charges in the thousands from some of these sites where you think you're getting my pattern for less, but you're not. You're actually getting scammed, which is horrible. I hate to even have to bring this up because I wish this didn't exist. And I'm bringing it up because we're finding it's a lot more and more often, and we're having a hard time getting them taken down. We are doing our best. If you see one, please send it to us. We're doing our best to get them taken down because we don't want you to get scammed. So if you are ever wanting to do one of our patterns, make sure that you're on our sites. Like I list it everywhere. It's in my emails. I'm going to send you to the proper area, Etsy, Ravelry. I do have a link now through Fourth Wall for YouTube, but that is it. That's only where I sell. I do have some patterns on some sites like Wheat Crochet, Mary Maxim, and coming up on Hirschner's. Those brands are safe and reputable. I have given them my permission to do so because I trust them. They're great brands who've been around for a lot of years. But if it looks sketch, if you're not sure if it's me, I would ask before purchasing because it has been awful. And we've also seen a lot, I hate to say it, but it's on Etsy mostly, of dupes. So either it's done with AI, which really stinks. Make sure
it looks like you, but it's not quite you. You're moving kind of slowly and smoothly, and everything is just overly filtered. What's crazy is when like they use you. There's a picture of you. There's a picture of your watermark, your branding on a blanket, and it's like, but that's a different name. That's not Briana. I know that's not Briana.
Yeah, make sure that the shop says Briana K Designs before checking out, because a lot of times then I get a message saying, hey, I bought this, but you didn't send me the right pattern, and it's because it's not even the same. It's like an AI written pattern.
Yeah.
It's not even close. You're not going to get that hat, and it wasn't from my shop. And then we've also seen a lot of shops pop up on Etsy that are directly stealing designers' patterns. They'll take the pattern. They think that it's legal to change like that whole, like I'm going to change 20% and change, or just change the colors and then post it as my own. If you do know copyright law, I have been fortunate to be able to now I have a copyright attorney on retainer who I can message anytime. I think a lot of people have a misconception when it comes to copyright. Copyright isn't just the stitches or the written pattern. A lot of it also has to do with aesthetic or how closely like it's duped. And especially with the Wheat Stitch, since we all know I invented it, a lot of them pretty much is good guaranteed dupe at this point of the process. So just be careful when you're out there and you are like joining the crochet along, click all the links that I'm giving out. Most of the time, if you see me on my platform, my Facebook, my Instagram, obviously that's me. But if you do happen to see it, we have been very concerned. It upsets us because like it just feels awful to know that someone was scammed off my image. And
yes.
It just breaks my heart.
It's responsible, even though it's not actually anything to do with us.
I know. And we do our best. Like we're spending so much time, unfortunately, not designing and trying to shut down these sites. Every single day we've had to submit new like DMCA takedowns to Shopify or whoever, and they pop up faster than we can shut them down, and oftentimes
it's a full-time job just trying to handle the people who are trying to steal and profit off your patterns. It
really is. It stinks. So watch out. If you do see one though, normally like I'd be like, just don't buy it. Right now we are kind of asking that you send us the link, like an email or a message, just to let us know, because we want to get them shut down if we can, because we have heard of like this last week, $30,000 was one of the charges on someone's account, which blows my mind that can even happen.
Yeah.
That's so. And they're in foreign countries a lot of times, the people that are running the site. So there's really no.
They're kind of protected. You can't actually get to them or get their information about them. So yeah.
Yeah, we can't even figure out who they are. Like and then by the time we get one shut down, they've probably drafted 10 more pages to pop up. But we're going to do our best. We are here to do our best for that. But just be sure, like this link is a real link. This is the link you want to join us, because it's going to be so much fun. Use the code. I'm going to throw this up here really quick for the yarn. Jump over to Hershey's, check out all of their yarn. I'm going to be using a lot of their yarn for a long time. I really enjoyed visiting with them. I love this company. Really, really good people. It was so much fun to visit them in person. Their warehouse is amazing with lots and lots of really good yarn. So use that code Briana20 for 20% off everything in your basket. That code is through September 4th, the day that we officially launch. So you've got 1 week to use that. It's going to be fun.
I'm going to be trying to get that Borealis before it sells out.
I know. I'm
going to beat it.
So I once I saw that Borealis, I was like, well, dang it.
Choice made.
So the poncho's going to be delayed because I made it in this, and I'm going to have to just wait till it comes back in. And that's okay, because trust me, I have got so many Wheat Stitch patterns coming out this fall, including a blanket coming up. Yeah, another blanket. Yes, it is different. It is super fun. It's super pretty. Super pretty. Cannot wait. But I can wait because I'm working as fast as I can.
You want to make sure the yarn's there.
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to run through really quick. You might want to take a screenshot of this. Early access to the crochet along. This is the pattern on Etsy. You can grab it and start crocheting today, or you can wait until next week when it will be on the blog. This is the information on the crochet along if you want to sign up, so that you get notification when it hits the blog. The yarn, the supplies are all listed on there if you want to get ready when it hits that blog next week. And then this one is super important. This is Michelle from Tales of Knots. She's a genius. Like a genius. She has a wealth of knowledge from being a tech editor for years, studying body shape and sizing. Finally, I'm super excited to announce this because I've been asking for it. She has this amazing course. It's 75% off right now. You're going to want to grab it. It's incredible. It's worth it. You're going to learn so much, and it is for everyone. And it's not going to it's not going to be painful. I promise it's not going to be painful.
Bite-sized, small lessons.
Yeah, snackable lessons. I like to call them snackable lessons.
That's a good word. I'm stealing that. Yeah.
Yep, it's snackable lessons. Snackable lessons. That's how we best learn anyway, because I know you can relate to this. When do we have time to sit down and learn something that, like, I barely have time to watch a movie all the way through. I'm pushing pause all the time with kids.
No.
Right?
Exactly. Once the kids go to bed, maybe I get 5 minutes before somebody comes out needing a drink or needing the bathroom, or I can't sleep or whatever. So yeah, doing snackable things in like 5-10 minute 30-minute increments, so you can like do it at your own pace. That's the perfect really.
And that's why I love courses like this, because while I've been so fortunate to be able to talk to Michelle in person, it's so much more valuable to have the information at your fingertips for when you're a night owl and you don't want to message Michelle in the middle of the night, because all the information
back to the conversation.
It's play, it's pause, it's rewind. You can revisit it. I think these type of courses where you get that content to watch on your own time is more valuable and a lot less than an in-person, but it has so much more. I've taken in-person classes before at conferences, and they last about 2 hours. So the longer ones might go 3. And I tell you, I walk away struggling to take quick notes to try to remember everything. And it's a little bit stressful. And then
When you look at your notes and they don't make sense, you're like, are you?
yeah, and then that's it.
What was that
But
about?
this is so well put together. Grab it. It's amazing. You'll love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's time for Michelle and I to go grab some lunch.
Yes, feed the grandma.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Please come join us. It's going to be so much fun for this crochet along. And I will be going live again next week. And I cannot wait to see what you post in the community group. So yeah. Bye, everyone.